Hi everyone, Doug here. Welcome back to yet another board game channel. And yet another turn of Eldritch Horror as we try to hold back Nephren-Ka the Dark Pharaoh. Just to remind ourselves of what we're trying to accomplish. Our mystery is Worshippers of a Forsaken Pharaoh. We need to resolve location encounters on the Egypt sideboard, then spend a clue to summon a cultist and beat the cultist to put a token on here. We need to do that 4 times. Yeah. We are also dealing with a couple of rumors, one nastier than the other. We have drawn through the gate, which, if a gate spawns on a space with an investigator, they will become lost in time and space. Which, like most status cards, have a spectrum of badness. The bothersome one is the King in Yellow, which is going to cause us to lose sanity based on the number of Eldritch tokens on the card. That one is going to activate on a Reckoning. The other one is just sort of lurking in the background. Yeah, I guess we'll just get right to it. Unfortunately, we're not quite going to make it to the Egypt sideboard this turn. Mark would have, except I willingly let him get delayed so that he could become blessed. Blessed is good. Hopefully he doesn't lose it right away if we get a Reckoning on our Mythos card, because that would be extremely frustrating. Alright, we are going to start with our lead investigator this turn is Vincent Lee, the doctor, who is in Rome. Alright, Dr. Lee, for his first action, is just going to move to London. That's the spot that's most likely to spawn clues for us, and we want clues all over the board, as much as possible. For his second action, I'm actually going to have him take a focus so that he can make things go better for him, potentially. Alright, that is it for Vincent. Now we will swoop down to Australia and see Silas Marsh, the sailor. Okay, Silas, here in the Outback. For his first action, he is going to move to Sydney. For his second action, he's going to use his special action, move 1 space along a ship path, then perform 1 additional action, which means this is separate from a move action. So he gets to do it again. He moves down here, and he gets to do 1 more action. Not much he can do in that space, except grab himself a focus token as well. Alright, that is it for Silas. Now we will pop up to India and check on George Barnaby, our lawyer. Alright, George is in India with a clue, so I'm not going to move him. I want him to encounter the clue, maybe pick it up. I'd also like him to try to get rid of Silas's debt condition as per his special action. Test influence for each success. Oh, for each success. Oh gee, I wonder if I could have gotten rid of another one last turn. Oh well, too late. Another investigator of your choice on any space may discard a debt condition or detained condition. So to make sure he gets that, I think I will also have him pick up a focus, just to make sure. He can acquire some assets next turn. So he will be rolling his influence of 4. We really just want a single success, which he got. Silas's debt condition goes away before the bad men almost certainly show up and treat us poorly. Alright, that's it for George. George did his job. Excellent. Now we will quickly pop over to Rome again and check on Mark Harrigan the soldier. Well, Mark's turn is going to be extremely simple. He will just become undelayed. That's it. Now we will move on to the encounter phase. Alright, so we're not moving far. Just in the same part of the world, going around back to Vincent in London, who is going to have a London encounter. Let's see what we get. H.G. Wells, hey, neat. Shows you items from the future after the ancient ones have destroyed humanity. Herbert, he actually built the time machine. You cannot bear to look at them. Awesome. Right, we are going to be testing his will. That's okay. His will is 5 because he got to increase it. That's turn. So, I just need 1 success on 5 dice. There we go, a single 5. If you pass, you see a way to avoid that future. Gain 1 task unique asset. Well, I wanted clues, but at least nothing bad happened. So let's go grab a random task from the bottom of the pile. There we go. It's got a courier run, which means it's going to send him off somewhere else if he wants goodness. When you gain this card from the deck, place 1 random clue that corresponds to a city space face up on this card. After resolving a location encounter on that space, flip this card. Alright, well, let's grab a random clue. Make sure it's on a city space. Picked up 11. Nope, 11 is in the sea. Put that back in the bag and draw another one. The Himalayas. Nope, that's no use. 14. Okay. 14 is a city space. Go on, focus you. There we go. Anyway, 14 is actually not that far away. It is a city space and it's right there. Well, we won't put the clue token on there, duh. We will put it on the card and then put it in Vincent's play area. So, he's got that he can do. Well, think about it. Nothing else he can do this turn anyway. Okay, moving on to Silas, down in the South Seas. Okay, there is Silas. We will grab a research encounter card. And we must remember that Silas gets to roll 1 additional die. Actually, anybody gets to roll an additional die if they're on a sea space. With Silas, including himself. So, sea space. A ship belonging to the Brotherhood of the Beast is carrying catalysts to be used in Nephren-Ka's resurrection. You try to sneak into the ship's cargo hold. Observation -1, which thanks to his passive will just be his straight observation of 3. He does have Focus token, doesn't need it. He got 2 successes. If you pass, you discover a carefully wrapped treasure, gain 1 relic artifact. Well, that's lovely, but I kind of wanted the clue. Oh well. He may hang out there for another turn. Right, relics. Tome. There we are. Trinket. Magical relic. That was from the relic artifact. Now, hold on a second. Yeah, duh. I was looking in the wrong pile. Okay, so here's the artifact deck. Item, elixir. Item elixir. Item tome. Trinket magical. Item tome. Teamwork, okay. Weapon magical. Okay, where are the relics? Tell you what, I'll cut away and look, and I'll be right back. Okay, finally found one. The Dragon Idol. Item magical relic. As an action, you can choose to lose 1 sanity, and 1 monster on your space or an adjacent space loses 2 health. You may spend 1 sanity to re-roll any number of dice when resolving a strength test during a combat encounter. That's kind of meh. I don't really want him spending sanity. Yeah, wanted the clue, guys. Come on. Alright. Well, let's see if George can get a clue on his space. Alright, George is on a city space. Research encounter. You are hired to deliver a strange package to a retired professor on the edge of town. Test observation. Yes, observation's only 2. Want to make sure we don't have... Nope, nothing... Yeah, nothing to assist in that. He has a focus, though, so maybe we can... Oh, doesn't matter. Roll the 6. Good on you, George. If you pass, you see the package shift and carefully open it to reveal a poisonous asp. Gain this clue. Trying to kill someone off with this package, but George nipped that in the bud. So there's George with his second clue. Really, we just need to get everybody with clues to London. Yeah, unfortunately, they're all spread out for the picking up of. I know grammar good. All right. Well, George was successful. Huzzah. Now we will see how Mark handles his second turn in a row in Rome. All right. Here he is. We're going to do the Rome encounter. Ever since arriving in Rome, focusing, good. You've had nightmares about being betrayed. You try to assure yourself that they are only dreams. Test will. His will is 4. And he's blessed. This should be fine. Yeah, 2 successes. If you pass, the nightmare stops. Improve will. If you failed, okay. So he's now up to 5 will. Currently blessed 5 will. So that's good. Don't know if any of this has helped us get towards our goals. Well, George picking up the clue. That is it for the encounter phase. Now it's time to go to, yes, the dreaded mythos phase. All right, here we go. We've got a 1 in 3 chance that it's another rumor. Otherwise, it's going to be a reckoning effect card. Yep, reckoning. Well, first, as always, on these, we are going to move the omen track around to a blue omen. We only have 1 green omen currently over on the Egypt sideboard, so that's good. But now the reckoning effects. I just need to remind myself what order to do these all in. Effects on components. I don't think we have any components. Actually, yes we do. I think, yeah, it's not a spell or status. George is going to be good for George, presumably. His investment just kicked in. Yeah, it's paid off. You may discard this card to gain a funding condition. So let me just find one of those. Okay, here we are. Funding condition. It's a deal. You may discard this card in place of gaining a debt condition or to discard a debt condition. As on a further reckoning effect, if you are on a city space, you may flip this card. Ooh, and presumably get some goodies. Alright, that is... Oh no, that counted as possession. Yeah, I did that in the wrong order. Sorry. Duh. I saw the word component. Yeah, effects on components in this order. I saw the word component and went to a component action. That won't make any difference. That just would have shown up. Regardless. Okay, so actually it should have been first monsters. We've only got the Cho-Cho on the Egypt sideboard. Has no reckoning effect. Then the ancient one. Yeah, this is going to be kind of a pain. Or maybe not. Each investigator may move one space toward the bent pyramid. Then each investigator that did not move loses one sanity. Okay. I think we're going to go ahead and let that happen. Because we don't want to lose any more sanity we have to. We're gonna lose some sanity on that rumor card very shortly. So it means yeah, Silas is going to go there. He can still easily get back to his clue token. Actually, yeah, let's do them in order. Okay, Vincent will be pulled to Rome. It's okay, I'll get him a little closer to this space to do his courier run. Then Silas will get pulled towards the pyramids. George, I think that means he will actually get pulled. There is Space 17 does actually link to the Cairo board, the Egypt board. I see he'll get pulled that away. However, he ends up over here. This is Space 17. Basically represents Space 17. So he actually got pulled into Cairo, where the monster is, which is too bad. But yeah, he can leave the space if we feel a little too threatened. Which means that just leaves us with Mark. Mark gets pulled to the pyramid's space, which means next turn he's essentially on the board, on the sideboard. So none of them has to give up a sanity, because I really don't want to, because I believe up next, yes, is the Mythos card. Let's just remind ourselves what the reckoning effect is. Investigators as a group lose sanity equal to the number of Eldritch tokens on this card. That is 2. Unless the lead investigator gains a blight condition. If the lead investigator does not gain the condition, place 1 Eldritch token on this card. So it's going to build up to 3. Yeah, I think for the time being, we will just take the... Well, like I just said, I don't want to take any sanity hits, but this is the reason why, so that we could take sanity hits here instead. So Vincent and George both have the highest sanity at the moment, so they will each lose 1, leaving Vincent with 4, and George still has a whopping 6. I wonder if I should just take them both from George. Yeah, maybe I should do that. Okay, I'll take them both from George, because he's just a lot higher. So he now has 5. Yeah, our investigators from left to right have 5, 4, 5, 4 sanity. That does, however, mean we have to put Another Eldritch token on there. We may have to give in and do the Blight eventually, because that's just going to keep on growing. But for this first effect, I'm not going to worry about it too much. Now, we do possessions and conditions. Right. That would have been when the funding kicked in. Otherwise, yeah, that is it. Now, as always, a gate appears. So the top gate is in Rome. Ha! Guess what? Yep. Vincent just got sucked into the void and is now lost in time and space. I will take the bottom lost in time and space. Remove your investigator token from the game board. You are unaffected by other game effects and cannot move or perform actions. Instead of resolving an encounter, flip this card. So Vincent's not available at the moment. He can't be reached. However, because a gate has opened in Rome, we get a monster appear. It is a goat spawn. If you defeat this monster during a combat encounter, you may gain a Dark Pact condition to discard one monster from any space. Bleh. I don't know if I want to do that. Anyway, that is now lurking in Rome. Now for the rest of the card. What is going on? The wizened old monk whispers, I have spent eons preparing for this darkness. Time has shown me that humanity may not be worthy. What would you give of yourself? What would you offer to prove that you deserve to be saved? For good or evil. Advance doom by one unless the lead investigator gains an agreement condition. Now that would be, it would be Vincent, but I believe that when you get lost in time and space, you have to give the lead investigator token to someone else. Let's just say Silas for now. I think that's only going to drop us down to 11. It's not too bad, so I think, yeah, of course I keep saying it's not too bad and it backfires on me constantly, but it still doesn't seem too bad to just take one little doom, just one, this early on in the game. So that concludes that. As always, a mixed bag. We really need to get all these clues together. I wonder what we could possibly do. Well, I don't have to make a decision now. I will think on it between now and next turn. So, thanks very much everybody for watching. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. And for liking and commenting on the videos, both on YouTube and Board Game Geek. It's very much appreciated. And I will see you next time when we have yet another turn of Eldritch Horror against Nephren-Ka. So long.